Debbie, and this is my story. One day I was in my English class watching a movie about Shakespeare. I had beans and coffee before school. The most deadliest combination. It wasn't even that long before my stomach started rumbling when I got into class. The movie was really loud and I sat at the back of the class, so I thought it would be my perfect chance to let out the most bubbly fart so no one could hear it over the sound of the movie. As soon as I was about to do it, my teacher paused the movie to explain a scene, and that's when I let out the most soggy doggy, butchered froggy, shit comes out loggy, made the room foggy, so loud you would think it was the 4th of July. I swear to God, one kid sitting next to the window opened the blinds because he thought he heard a thunderstorm outside. I dropped my books on the floor in hope of a save, thinking that people would have thought the sound was my books dropping. But that's when the creamy lumps fell out of my pants onto the floor. I ran out crying to the bathroom and called my mom, and she took me home and got me new clothes. I had to go back to school the next day and everyone was laughing at me and was calling me Diarrhea Debbie.
My mother's first language is Spanish, so sometimes when I talk to her in English, she'll forget a word or two, but not a problem. She'll just create new words no one else was brave enough to use. She took my little cousins to the mall once, and this is what she told me when she got back. She was like, "It was so cute. I took the kids on one of those, El Horse Tornado or whatever. You know what it is. I'm sorry. El Horse Tornado? I'm gonna need you to elaborate." And she was like, "You know what I'm talking about. You put that attitude down, you put it down." I was like, "Okay, putting it down. Sorry." She said, "Don't try me. I'll kick your ass." And I was like, "You don't need to kick my ass. Just put me in a horse tornado. I'll be terrified." "You think you're funny?" "Mom, how would you act if someone said that to you in Spanish? Tornado de caballos. That sounds horrifying." She was like, "Okay, that's pretty funny." Merry-go-round, by the way.
A story that happened to me a while ago. So I usually like to keep my YouTube channels and like whatever private. This girl comes up to me and she's like, "Oh my god, are you on YouTube?" So I put on my best acting skills and I was like, "No, I don't even watch YouTube." And she's like, "Oh, well, I have a YouTube channel and I have 1,000 subscribers." And I was like, "Oh my god, that's so cool. What do you do?" And she's like, "Well, I dance." But get this, she had the audacity to tell us that if we were to start YouTube, we would become famous like her. Honey.
Most annoying person that could ever exist is that one kid that asks for homework. The teacher would be like, "Alright, it's the end of the lesson, class dismissed." And we would all be in a good mood because they forgot about assigning us work. But then, this stupid mother trucker would go like, "Miss, what about the homework?" "Benjamin, you little rat. Why would you do that? We got away with not having homework." Then the teacher gives like 8 double-sided pages of work to do. "Thanks a lot."
It was my best friend's birthday and she invited me and her other friends to her house. She also invited this girl named Pumba Humba. Nobody liked her, even my friend didn't. I asked her why she invited her and she said that we are gonna get revenge. Pumba Humba was always rude to everyone in the grade. She would always body shame them, try to steal people's friends, and would make drama for no reason. Pumba Humba was last to show up. Before she showed up, my friend pulled us all into a room. Everyone's names were Loopy Doopy, Eli Shakili, and Sharon Karen. My name is just Sophia. Loopy Doopy told us that when we go on the trampoline, we are gonna randomly push Pumba Humba to the ground and beat her up. We all were in on this, and then the doorbell rang and it was Pumba Humba. We were all acting normal and then we went out to the trampoline. Everyone except Pumba Humba looked at each other and counted to 3 silently. Then we all pushed Pumba Humba to the ground and tackled her. I ripped her hair out. Loopy Doopy threw her around the trampoline. Eli Shakili fed Pumba Humba milk because she was lactose intolerant, and Sharon Karen poured ice water on Pumba Humba's head. We were all laughing. Pumba Humba ran inside to the bathroom to shit. I saw the shit splatter everywhere through the window. We were wheezing ha 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 ha. She was screaming for help, so the parents came down. She was covered in her steamy goopy shit lalalal. She went to the doctor and told us that she had bowel. My teacher announced to the class that we were gonna do a Kahoot. I threw my bag of Cheeto Puffs in the air and screamed because I was so excited. I knew I was going to win the Kahoot. Everyone else looked at me like I was on drugs because of how hyper I was. They all knew that I was gonna win since I have never lost a game of Kahoot before. The game started and I was obviously the first to join. My username was Kahoot Master 235, of course. Most people joined and so the teacher started the game. Some people didn't join because they knew I was gonna win. There were 15 questions. I was in the lead, but when I saw the leaderboard, this kid with the username "You're gonna lose Sophia 89 was really close behind me. Everyone was cheering them on because they wanted to see me fail. I was like, "Oh hell no 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 ratatata, that ain't gonna happen." I couldn't lose my streak of winning. I got the 10th question wrong, but You're gonna lose Sophia 89 got it right, so they went up to first place and I went to second. I did well the rest of the game, and when it announced the winners, I was in fucking second place and they crippled stretched Ed Sheeran cereal box stanky ho brick eating Kojojo Siwa on steroids bitch won. Everyone was applauding them and I realized it was Becky Necky. I decided since everyone was laughing, I let out the most wubble double bubble hubble nubble mubble pubble lubble cubble zubble shit. It managed to make the school catch on fire. Everyone evacuated and everyone was covered in smoke. Everyone apologized to me for laughing at me. It turned out I had bowel cancer and I had to go to the doctor since my asshole had 3rd-degree burn.